Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of Safe Space for Men. I'm your host as usual. Before we get started, please remember to rate, review, like, and subscribe to the podcast. I truly appreciate it. It's been a while. I feel like since I recorded, well, not feel like it has been. It's been like almost a month since I actually recorded. I took a week off from dropping episodes, but the last episode I recorded was, I believe, the episode with Ant, which I dropped 2 weeks ago. But we recorded that before the new year. So I haven't been on the microphone in a while. I've been really busy, honestly. Just a lot of shit going on. A lot of work. You know what I'm saying? I've been just like, I don't know. It seems January is always really chaotic for me. It's kind of like a recharge after Christmas. You're like getting my house back in order. I still haven't taken my Christmas decorations down. My tree is still to my right. If you know me, my tree is always up until probably damn near it gets warm. I'm gonna try to get it down maybe this week. Maybe this weekend I'll get time to take it down. I don't know. It seems like something's always coming up, and I'm always busy. But yeah, I've been at work a lot lately. I've been really just grinding it out, picking up hours, and just, I got shit I want to do this summer and things that trips to take, things to do, things for these kids. Have a lot of things coming up. We got proms and junior proms and graduations and all kinds of stuff happening. So quick update though. So Jordan's teacher left, I want to say like 2 weeks ago. She took another position at another school, which was, it was really hard for Jordan. Like, obviously she doesn't understand what's going on. She just knows she came back on a Monday and the teacher was gone. And I remember, like, when I found out, like, I literally found out like on a Friday. I was picking Jordan up from school, and the teacher, she's like, I feel so bad, I'm leaving. And I'm thinking, like, okay, maybe they got a week or so or a month. And she's like, no, today's my last day. And I was like, oh shit. And it's really hard because, like, so Jordan really attaches to females very easily. I know why she does that. We won't get into that, but she takes to females really well. So when she finds someone that she really likes and she's comfortable with, she really attaches herself to them. Like, when I would bring Jordan to school in the morning, Jordan would like run down the hallway, run to the classroom to give her teacher a big old hug. Tell her, and start telling her about, like, when I went home, my dad said I did this, I did that. Like, she had a good rapport with this lady. So I don't know, I felt really bad for her. She adjusted well to the new teacher because the teacher was already in the building, and like Jordan, she had a rapport with her. So, like, she would see her like in the evenings, well, in the afternoon when it would be like in the gym and stuff. That's where all the kids would be there, so all the teachers and stuff would be there. So she knew who she was. She was comfortable with her, and I liked her too. She's actually pretty cool. But this particular teacher, Jordan really got attached to her. So it was just, I don't know. It was really hard. I felt bad for her. That's my baby, so I felt bad for her when she came like that. I remember that Monday I dropped her off, and it was one of our early days because I had to take Emma to school, and I took her in there, and she was just like, she's like, where's my teacher? Like, she's saying that, I was like, Jordan, she don't work here anymore. She was just so sad. So the person that was in there that day wasn't going to be a regular teacher, but they was just in there, getting the kids together, and Jordan didn't want to go in there. So the director, she's really cool. Shout out to her, because they're like really lenient with Jordan, and they tell me it's because, like, Jordan doesn't give me problems, like, she's a good kid and stuff like that. So, like, she's like, I'll take her in the office with me and she can hang out with me until a teacher gets in. And Jordan's like, oh, yeah, like, Jordan wanted to go with her. But that's something else Jordan do. Jordan be getting over on females too. Like, I have a smart kid. She's very I don't know, what would it be, vindictive? I don't know. But she does that. Like, if she knows, like, she can get over on you as a female, she'll definitely do it. She don't try that with me. She don't try that with me. So I don't play that shit. But yeah, the director, she took her in there and she hung out with her. And she's like, yeah, when you, like, my sister drops off sometimes, she's like, yeah, when your sister drops her off, she does the same thing. Like, she'll act like she'll go in the classroom. And we tell her, like, well, when she's with her dad, she doesn't really do that. It has to be something like, out of the ordinary, like there's somebody in there she's never seen before, which was going on the morning I dropped off. But Any other morning, Jordan's like moody, whatever. Bye, Jordan. I'll see you later. I love you. I'll see you at the school. Because we're not doing that. But but yeah. So she's adapted. She adjusted. She's doing well. They still love her. They still enjoy having her. But yeah, I've been like I said, I've been working a lot. So much so, I've really been feeling bad because I like getting from work, like on a day and say if my sister picked her up and she drops her off here to Gabby, or Gabby picked her up straight from school, whatever. And I've been getting in late because now I'm kind of working nights. So I've been getting in, and then like if Jordan's woke, it's very brief because I'm getting in like 10 o'clock, 10:30. So Jordan may or may not be woke. And then we'll be talking, and she'll be like, "Oh, I missed you, Dad. This, that. I really, really missed you." And like, cause she's used again. Remember, me and Jordan was like together every day. The pandemic, so there's like obviously I'm her dad, and that's my daughter, so there's already a natural attachment. But like we have like this super attachment. We were like taking naps and shit together, like 2-3 naps a day. Tied at the hip. Everywhere I went, that little girl was with me. So yeah, I would get in and she's just like, "Oh, I missed you, Dad," and you know, and she's like, "But you're always gonna be my best friend." It's the cutest little thing. I swear, after a long day, your kids will really really make it. Cause some days I'll be coming in there, I'll be tired of shit. I'll be like just over everything, and Jordan just brighten everything up. She'll say something cute or whatever. She'll always be like something I find funny. She's like, "You're the best daddy, Dad," and I'll be like, "I'm your only daddy," but whatever. Thank you. But but yeah, I be feeling bad. She be talking about how much she missed me, and I try to explain it to her like, Daddy has to go to work so that you can have toys, and so that the house can be warm and that you can have food. Like I go to work, and that's how I get these things, and that's how you get clothes, and that's how you're able to go to school, and I'm able to pay for it and all that stuff. I try to explain it to her, but she's 4, so she doesn't really get it. Like she knows, like she gets it, like you have to go to work, but she doesn't obviously understand the in detail shit. So yeah, man. I was talking to Ant too when he was here when we was recording. I remember I had said something because still kind of struggling with her. Like she still has accidents and everything every now and again, but for a while it had stopped and then started up again. And I remember I was just like really like I was just bummed out. I was talking to him about it. It was like after we got done recording, and he just like stopped me. He was like I was feeling like I was fucking up, like something I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like I could be, I was like, damn, maybe if I didn't work so much, I could like really focus in on it more. He like, dude, like you're the only adult in the house. You're doing everything you could possibly do. Like, like he cut me off. He was like, I'm not gonna allow you to sit here and like, sound like you're doing less than what you are, because you're doing the best that you can do, and it's a whole hell of a lot better than what other dudes are doing. He was just kind of like giving me my flowers. It kind of like brought me back to reality, and I don't know, I'm just glad that I have friends like that can remind me of the reality of the situation, like because ideally everything he said was true. Like I am the only adult here. I am managing things accordingly. So. And listen, I'm not complaining anything. Like, I'm very grateful. We're very blessed. I'm very happy. I'm thankful for everything that I go through or don't go through. But I don't know. I was just like, in that moment, I was kind of bummed out because it's like, I mean, anyone that has a kid, if you've struggled with, I don't want to say potty trained because she's potty trained. She knows she has to go to the bathroom. She just has accidents. Like if she gets sidetracked and she's like playing with something, and she's really focused on it, she'll have an accident, and it's just like it's frustrating because you're like, yo, I gotta give you a bath, I gotta change your clothes, but also like I don't want these things to be happening in school because like they gotta change you. Granted, you gotta change your clothes and stuff there, but we're going heading to kindergarten next year, and I'm just hoping that that this phase will end soon, because again she was doing really well up until something happened. Last year with the doctor, and then like there was some other things that took place that I really don't want to get into. But yeah, so I also just feel like I don't have enough hours in the day, man. Like everything is like I'm always doing something. I feel like I never have a day where I ain't gotta do shit. Like just have a day where you wake up and you can like not do a fucking thing. Like I don't gotta cook. I ain't gotta drop a kid off. I ain't gotta go to work. I don't need to go to the gym. Like I'm always doing something, and it's just not enough hours in the day. Like I was just writing down like everything. Like I'm a full-time dad. I work full-time. I go to the gym full-time. I gotta run a household full-time. Podcast. I don't know if that's a full-time thing, but podcasting is, like I said, it's a job for myself. There's things that you just can't wake up and roll out the bed to fucking record. You just can't. You gotta outline shit. You gotta know what you're gonna talk about. Some of this shit requires research. You know what I mean? I need to sleep. And then like I remember reason I was talking about dating. Like where am I find the time to date? I really do not have the time. Like in all honesty. And obviously I'm hearing I talk to people. You know, text or whatever, and phone calls and shit like that. But I be trying to like schedule shit like lunch and dinner, and it's just I be looking at my schedule like motherfucker, like I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do about that. At this point, I'm about to just meet somebody and just skip everything and like run a background, and then like you just move fucking. I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke. I would never do that. But yeah, you feel what I'm saying? And I don't know if anyone else out there, like dads or like just anyone, any adult out there, like do you feel like you don't have enough time to do everything, or like some of the things that are like really important to you? Like I want to start reading books, get back to reading books. You know what I mean? There's certain things I'm actually things I'm about to invest in that are going to become part of my day that I'm going to have to do for like discipline reasons and just being consistent with certain things and like health related shit. But yeah, like I've been struggling to get up. Like right now, so I'm recording late right now, but I have an alarm set for 7:30 in the morning, and like I've been struggling with getting the fuck up. I over the summer all the way up until like November, I was really good with the alarm go off. I would just get the fuck up no matter what time it was. If I had to be at work 4 o'clock in the morning, alarm went off at 2, I would just get the fuck up, and that would be that. And now this morning I had an alarm set for 6:30. When I woke up, it was like 8:15, 8:20, and I was like, fuck. Like, I got an hour to get my daughter to school. I gotta be to work at 3. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta cook dinner before I leave the house so the girls can eat when they get in. And I'm just like, dog, I'm an hour and 40 minutes behind the 8 ball, and it's like, oh my God, I wish I didn't have to work today. You know what I mean? It's just like that. So I know I'm not the only one that goes through that and shit like that, but it's like a real fucking mindfuck. And I just need more free time. I need more free time available so that I can like do it. There are days where I'm like, damn, I want to run a happy hour or something like that, and I can't. Like, there's not no time available. It's just not, and I'm not one to like just drop my kids off. Unless I have something important to do, like a wedding or shit like I'll do for that. I'll get the sitter, but to fucking go sit at a bar and drink or eat wings or whatever, I'm really not doing. I probably should, but I'm not just gonna take Jordan to the sitter or leave her with her sister. I don't really feel comfortable doing that. I only do that for important shit. So 2 weeks ago I went to PodCon. For those of y'all that don't know, PodCon is a convention organized by Wallow. You know, Wallow is from Philly. Man, this was like, it was really dope. It was really informative. I felt like there was a lot of information. Especially, it wasn't heavily promoted. So I got there, it was fucking packed. I remember I was worried I wasn't able to get in. I didn't get the ticket to the day before. I actually had stopped checking. Shout out to Shakira again, because she hit me up. She like, oh, did you get the ticket? And I was like, no, because I had checked the day before that she had asked me. And she's like, really? I was like, no, I didn't know why. And again, like all things, I just assumed that, you know, this is one of the things I just wasn't going to get a ticket to, you know, because that's kind of how things go for me. And I'm drinking water today too. That's not alcohol. This is some fucking lime water that I'm drinking on. I'm really changing my regimen. I'm trying not to drink no alcohol this month. For 4 weeks. But yeah, so I had checked my email and it was there. I was like, oh shit, all right, bet, I'll be there. She got there before me, and she's like, she texted me and she's like, hey, you know, this fucking line is like ridiculous. And now I'm like, oh shit. Because of course I'm always on black people time. I think it started at 4. I think I got there like maybe like 3:15. I think it started at 4. No. The doors opened at 4:30. It started at 6, I believe. So I think I got there like 5:15 or something like that. But again, I was just worried like I wasn't gonna be able to get in. But when I got there, there was no line. I walked right in. They didn't even ask for the fucking ticket. But yeah, for this to be like an event that they didn't really advertise like that, or they advertised like on short notice, the turnout was insane. Like this place was packed. They had there was a DJ, there was music, there was people from all over the country there, people from Baltimore, Florida, ATL, California. Like people came in from flew in to come to this convention. And I didn't even realize that there was this many people out here like podcasting, which is crazy because, you just don't. It doesn't seem like it's that many people potting. So, but it was a really really good event. Some of the guests was, they had Charlemagne, Gilly, the newly elected mayor was there. She actually, I didn't vote for her. Real fast, I didn't vote for her, but I'm gonna give her a chance. Because she spoke really well. Like she hyped the crowd up. She said a lot of things that we wanted to hear. She talked about how she's going to try to, she wants to limit gun violence, basically. And that's really one of my biggest things. Just being a parent, being a black man, and I don't live in the best neighborhood. Like that's really important to me. So we're going to see what she does. But I've always been, lately I've been a person. I firmly believe that Philadelphia needs a Republican mayor. Just because their outlook on law enforcement is a little different than Democrats, but I don't want to get into politics today. But yeah, shout out to her. She came there. Who else was there? From Bella Sloan was Herman and Damaris Sloan, Angelica Nwandu, she's the creator of the Shade Room. Brian Anderson, he's from YouTube. Gary Vee was supposed to be there. He didn't make it because like something with his flights or something like that. But he had like a little video message, like a minute-long video message that he recorded, and they played while we were there. Tori Dunlap, Dolly Bishop, you know what I mean? It was, and these are all like people who are like really good positions, and spoke on credit, finances, how to monetize your podcast, your best practices. Something that the guy Brian Anderson was talking about, he was like how to utilize shorts on YouTube. I wrote down like a lot of fucking notes, and over the next couple episodes or weeks, I'm gonna try to utilize a lot of that stuff. I'm definitely gonna use a lot of the stuff on credit because there were some things I learned that I didn't even know about. So, and that's really a big thing for me this year. This year I wanna, I've done pretty good with credit over the last couple of years. I wanna improve it. You can always get better. I definitely want to pay off some of these credit cards. Holidays just passed, so that's going to be a big thing over the next couple of months, is paying those off and getting back. Charlemagne actually stayed after the event, so this was really decent. He stayed, it had to be like 30, 40 minutes after like the event was over, and he was shaking hands, he was signing autographs, he was taking people's business cards, podcasts, like shirts and like merch and all that stuff. And I was so mad that I didn't think to bring like one of my shirts or a business card, something with my Instagram contact. I was so mad. So I'm gonna have to find another way to try to like reach out to them. I'm gonna figure it out. I'll find a way. I'll find somebody that knows somebody. But because I don't know, I really, and again, like I do this because this is just something I really want to do. My message is very clear. The things that I like to talk about, and but I don't know. Like I'm starting to feel like I want somebody. I want to get fresh eyes on it. I've never really even thought about like trying to make money off a podcast. It's never been my goal at all. I feel like I feel like anything you like become passionate about, you're really not going to care about the money. You know what I mean? And just in my life, one of my biggest lessons has always been doing things that I just want to do because I love it, as opposed to doing it because I need to make money off it. I feel like that's really, really important. But while I was already working on another podcast, he said for later this year in 2024, I'm hoping it's in Philly. If not, I hope it's local, like New York or something like that. But wherever it's at, I'm going. I'm fucking going. I'll be there. I just thought it was a really good event. Like this, it was just really dope. You know what I'm saying? I ran into people there. I ran into Docinco, who has a podcast. I follow him. He has a great podcast, actually. A lot with he actually has some outstanding guests on his show. He knows a lot of people, but I didn't realize he was sitting behind me. So like I had like got up and then I was like sitting back down and hear somebody yell like, "Yo, Phil," which is funny because everybody calls me Phil now. I guess that's my name. Phil is my name. If you don't know the story behind that, then you know. But yeah, that's my name now. And Shakira was there, of course. I met her when I got there. So again, two people who have podcasts, really great podcasts that I listen to regularly. My biggest takeaway from the event is to just stay consistent, which I feel like I've been doing with the podcast. I've recorded and dropped the episode every week since I've started, except last week, which is crazy. So I was at work, and a guy I worked with, I just ran into him, like he was running bags or something, and like I ran, "Hey, what's up?" I was just talking, "Hey, what's up, bud?" You know, we talking. He's like, "Yo, you know," telling me like, I really fuck with your podcast. This is that. You got great content, and I think it wasn't him. Somebody asked me during the week like, "Yo, you ain't have a new episode," and I was just like, "No, I didn't record this week." But it's crazy because there's always like people that you don't expect to be paying attention, that be paying attention, that be listening, that be monitoring, that be supporting. It's really insane. I think I was said something like that to Shakira when we was at PodCon, because I think Wallow brought it up. But it's always like people that you don't expect to support you that really support you. The people that's closest to you really don't be fucking supporting you. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. And not to say that they have to, but you get what I'm saying. It's insane. And to be very fair, the people that'll hit you up to ask you to borrow money won't listen to your motherfucking podcast. And that doesn't necessarily apply to me, but y'all feel what I'm saying. But yeah, the biggest thing was to stay consistent, keep going, and you know, just whatever it is that I'm doing, just stay at it, improve, get better at it, master my craft. You know what I mean? And which is why I'm recording right now. I was gonna wait another week. I was like, I ain't gonna drop an episode this week. I got enough episodes where people can listen and get caught up, because a lot of people I run into again, they were like, "Oh, I'm on episode 12, like I'm getting caught up." Which is cool because I understand everyone has a podcast now. Just like even me, I'm in rotation. In rotation on podcasts, I probably got about 6 or 7 in rotation, and then there's other ones that like a Joe Rogan that I listen to specific episodes and he has a certain guest coming on, or if I see a clip of something online and it catches my eye, and then like I go back and watch the whole episode. But and then most of the podcasts I have in rotation are like people like me, people that I actually know that have podcasts that I like listening to. So yes, I get it. You can't really. I don't expect people to fucking listen to my shit every week. I just don't. They'll get around to it when they get around to it, which is fine. It's cool. What else I got? Gabby has a job now. I don't know if I mentioned that, but Gabby has a job now, which has been really interesting. I'm fucking proud of her. She took the initiative to go get a job, to find a job, and to do the things to get the job. So she's been working a couple days out of the week now, and on weekends. Some of the hours I feel like on the weekends she gets in a little late, but again, I'm kind of like leaving it up to her for now. It's not a problem until it's a problem. You know what I mean? That's just my biggest thing, because it's a little far on the bus, but she's like determined to do it. So I have to allow my 16-year-old daughter, you know, until it's a problem. It's not a problem. You know what I mean? But yeah, she's doing great. She's I don't know. That kid is gonna be something special. Question. So I wrote this down. Why people can't control these fucking kids? I was at the dentist 2 weeks ago. Gabby had a dentist appointment. We're there. It's me, Gabby. Was Jordan with us? Was Jordan with us that day? No, I don't think Jordan was. No, Jordan was with us that day. She was. Jordan was with us that day. I don't know why Jordan was with us that day. Whatever. She was with us that day. And Jordan sent to my love. Gabby's in the back, and this lady, I guess she was the grandma, comes in with 3 kids. 2 of the kids, they're like sitting down, they're chilling, but the 3rd kid was just out of fucking control, running around back and forth, yelling, screaming. Mind you, our appointments are always early. They're like, this is like 7:45 in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are you making all this noise? Like, why can't you control your kid or your grandchild or whatever? You could tell it was a grandma. She obviously had no control over these fucking kids. And my other question is, why y'all be leaving y'all kids with the grandparents to raise or to have when you know good and goddamn well she can't handle these badass motherfucking kids? I really hate to see that shit, man. That shit was burning me out because it's early in the morning and I'm not like I'm okay in the morning, but I just don't like a lot of noise early in the morning. And these fucking kids were just, what is one particularly, was just loud and like running around. Ran up next to this other lady. She had like a little baby in her arms. She was like in the face of the baby, and I'm like, it's germs out here. They got the new COVID. Like, get your fucking kid. And I was just looking like, that kid better not come over here, cause y'all gonna be in for a rude. I'm gonna push the shit out that kid. Like, don't come near me and my house. Like, and like she was being aggressive, coming over snatching toys from people and stuff. You snatch toys from Jordan if you want. All hell gonna break loose in this joint. But yeah, something else I've been saying that's been really bugging me, and I mean, people been doing this shit for years, but people allowing their kids to like walk like 10 feet behind them, outside in the street, like outside on the sidewalk and stuff. Like, it bugs the fuck out of me, man. Like, I don't understand why people do that. It really grinds my motherfucking gears that you allow your kid, like, they're on the phone and they're fucking walking, and the kid is, man, 10 feet, that's probably like almost 2 houses behind you. That's why kids are getting kidnapped. What would you do if your kid gets snatched the fuck up and then you turn your kid is just gone? Like, you know what I mean? Like, to me, it's equivalent to like leaving your kid in a car by themselves with the car fucking running while you run inside the store and you come out and, oh my God, someone stole my car with my kid in it. Like, that's your fault. So I don't know. I guess it's like a pet peeve, but I've been seeing it a lot lately, and like I'm like, what is wrong with people? Like, do y'all not realize what world we fucking live in? People are snatching people's kids up, and like trafficking them and doing all kinds of weird fucking shit to them. Something else I wrote down is I had a question. So, and I mean, y'all can answer. Y'all can DM me or text me. I really had this question because I was having a conversation with somebody. And it's basically like, why is it when a man chooses his mental health and his peace and he leaves a woman or breaks up with that woman and leaves her and they have kids together, it's looked at like he abandoned his family? And I really think that's fucked up. But when a woman does it, it's like she's protecting herself. She's choosing her peace. Like, it's looked at opposite. And she's protecting her children because this is such a toxic human being. And I feel like certain liberties only apply when a woman does it. And that's not fair because like mental health and peace and all that them things, those are not like specific, like gender specific issues. Like, no, those are like human, like any human can choose their peace. Any human can choose their mental health. Any human can choose to like not stay in an unhappy situation. And for me, it just comes back to nobody really willing to acknowledge that sometimes the woman is the problem. You know what I mean? Sometimes a woman is the toxic person. Sometimes she's the piece of shit. Sometimes she's ungrateful. Sometimes she's unworthy. Sometimes she's the abuser. Sometimes she's the user. I very much at times, or at a time, had to really just choose my peace over continuing in like a situation, a relationship, a romance, or whatever with a woman. And it's just not, it's not always the man. And I just feel like that there's a stereotype when it comes to that shit. And people are so quick to be like, cause I see it, I really do. I see when men like up and leave, and in a lot of those cases, the women, they're not willing to let the kids go with the man. And of course, when you get to that kind of, the burden kind of goes on the man to like go to court and to file or do whatever he has to do to get, you know, the time. But I've seen where like or dudes want to move and they're like, I'm not letting my kid move to another state, whatever it is, and that's a totally different argument. But if a man decides to leave a relationship because the relationship is no longer serving him, again, like I think I've talked before about not staying in a relationship just for the fucking kids, because your kids will feel your unhappiness. And if he does that, people just like frown upon, like, oh, you left your family. And especially don't let him, because in a lot of cases, when the man is normally, in some cases, he's the money. So when he leaves, like everything kind of crumbles, and that's where it comes in, like, oh, you're supposed to, because he's the provider. But when he leaves and now he has his own household and he's managing his own household, and say he is getting his kids that are split the time, but then the woman is like struggling and she's not doing well. I've lived this. I've lived this situation, and it's looked at like, oh, you fucked her over, or you left this person high and dry, and it's just like, no, like I think any human being has the right to choose like themselves. You know what I mean? Like kids aside, like you have the right to fucking be happy, and if being alone is what's gonna make you happy, then mother, fucking do it. Like it's just you owe it to yourself. That's all I got for that. I don't want to go too far into that. So, check. So I had to stop letting Jordan watch Cocomelon, specifically the new one they got on Netflix called Cocomelon Lane. So this was 2 days ago. I was doing Jordan's hair. We're in her room. We're doing her hair, and I normally don't, which is crazy. Now I'm like really on it now. I usually am not really paying attention to whatever she's watching on TV. Like I set it up. She asked him. She's like, I want to watch whatever, Frozen or whatever, Cocomelon or whatever it is she wants to watch that's on TV. And I just put it on for her. And I need some water. I put it on for her, and we sitting there, and I hear JJ saying like, "Oh, I forgot the friend's name. We're going to your house with your dada and your papa." So when I heard that, I was like, "What?" And what really caught my eye, ironically, because I looked on the screen and they wasn't showing the two cartoon characters' heads; they were just showing their bodies. So it was a black hand, two black hands, and two white hands. And I was like, "Oh shit, Cocomelon got black people in there now." So I was looking at that, and then when they finally got it, he started singing. Like we're getting ready for dinner, something. One plate for Papa, one plate for Dada, one plate for me, and one plate for you. And I was like, and I could watch. I was like, oh my god, like this is a 2-dad household. What the fuck is going on? And I just looked at Jordan like, you can't watch that anymore. Like you can't. She doesn't understand why. But no, what? First of all, if I ever met the creator or the writer of Cocomelon, and I would say this shit to him. Why in your fucking motherfucking mind would you think that you need to put that out there for a kid to know? My daughter is 4 years old. There's no reason that any children need to be exposed to anything like that. Even a man and woman kissing or anything on a car, like there's no reason for any of that. My kid does not need to expose that. Even like Jordan like Barbies. I don't buy her the little pregnant Barbies. No, there's no reason for her to even need to understand what certain things are. So I want to be very clear. I don't want this to seem like, oh, this is I'm against the community or the LGBTQ, whatever. All of that stuff. I have no issues with them at all. My oldest daughter dates women. My 20-year-old daughter, she's into girls. She dates women. I love her the same as I do my other children. We are like her partner or whoever her girlfriend is. They are more than welcome in my home. That is not my issue here. I don't care about any of that stuff. I just do not think that any of that stuff needs to be shown to a 4-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 10-year-old. Like kids need to be fucking kids. We need to get back to having regular cartoons for these kids. What happened to Pocahontas and like fucking Aladdin? Like just regular fucking cartoons where Sailor Moon, like just stuff that kids watch. What did we have going on? Zoobly Zoo, Sesame Street, Lamb Chops, like just regular kid shows. Like everything is just so, and I feel like everybody needs to be protected, but I just feel like they're going too far. I feel like some of it is like the protections on the community where like, oh, and they feel like, oh, everyone needs to be educated on, like, no, it's not that people don't understand. It's a difference between understanding and accepting. Some people just don't accept it, and that's cool, and you just gotta let people be. But to put that shit on some shit that my daughter is watching at 4 years old, no, and she just can't watch it anymore. If I find a way to block it off the TV, I will. That's anything it could be two girls kissing. It could be anything. It could be a girl and a guy. Anything that I feel like my child is too young to witness, see, be exposed to, I'm going to prevent it. Bottom fucking line. It's just certain things, like I said, kids shouldn't be exposed to. Real fast before I get out of here, I did something recently. Was it today? It might have been today or yesterday. So I apologize to somebody that I used to date, that I completely mishandled. It was like 8 or 9 years ago. But again, I'm on like this healing journey, or like just learning things about my younger self that I didn't realize back then. I mean, I don't know, I just always wasn't fair to her. I don't want to say I wasn't good to her. I just wasn't always fair to her. I was like in a really bad, unhealed space in my life. I think it was like right after all that court shit that I had to go through. I was getting a divorce. Like, there was a lot of things happening, and I know I really, really hurt that girl. Like, really hurt her. Like, really. And it's crazy because like we used to work together, and she would like bring me cakes into work, like bake me full cakes. Oh my god, them cakes are so good. Like, but yeah, overall, she was really good to me. I'm gonna be really fair. Like, nobody's perfect. I always thought she was a little crazy in a good way, I guess. Not like crazy, like kill everybody, not like that, but just, y'all know what I mean. But I was definitely emotionally unavailable at the time while I was dealing with her. And like, I don't know, I just wanted to be accountable. That's kind of that's part of like the journey I'm on. I'm like being, even with friends that I fell out with, if I feel like an apology is needed or we need to have a discussion, I am doing that. And there's people that I'm just not apologizing to because I don't feel like I have to. I don't feel like I was wrong. I actually feel like those people probably owe me an apology. And that's neither here nor there, and I stay focused. But yeah, I just reached out to her. I was like, hey, I had like text her or DM'd her or whatever. And like, cause we've always been in contact. We still friends, but I don't know. I just felt like I really owed her that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Again, just being accountable. It was something I wanted to do for like over a year. I remember like over the summer. She cooks and stuff. She sells platters, and like I had bought some food. And even then, I wanted to say something, but I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. I think at the time I probably just wasn't ready to be like to own it. But yeah. Yesterday I was just like, yeah, I reached out, hey, what's going on? I need to tell you something, man. Just laid it all out. I'm not gonna go too far into details, but yeah, I just let her know, like, hey, I'm sorry for the way I treated you, and I'm sorry for mishandling you. Like, and I told her, like, it's no excuse, but where I was at that point in my life, and I was wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just in a place where I couldn't receive the type of love and attention you were trying to give me. I really couldn't. I didn't even realize it, like, until now, like in this version of myself and being like a full adult. And even then I was 20 something, like 25, 26 at the time, but I didn't even realize like what was going on. I just thought we was like messing around, and I wasn't even focused. I was not focused on her, like, you know what I mean? And I mean, to be quite frank, for the most part, at the time that I was in, where she was the only person I was dealing with, but again, I wasn't in a place where I could properly like receive or understand love, because I just wasn't there. Like, I was so fucked up mentally. So so just reaching out to her, it was really big for me. I felt like it was like a relief, I guess, a release. Like, it was just, I don't know, I felt really good. So just again, being accountable, and just, hey, I fucked up. And because, and then for her to even communicate with me after all those years, I mean, after everything that happened, there's a lot of things that took place, and for her to still be my friend, like that's actually, I mean, that shows a lot of character and on her end. My message for today is just be accountable for your actions and do not be above apologizing. I feel like a lot of times ego prevents us from apologizing. Ego prevents us from admitting that we're wrong, and ego sometimes prevents us from seeing the other person's perspective. And if you take the ego out of it and just humble yourself a little bit, I think we all could do a lot better. You know what I mean? And if there's somebody out there you need to apologize to, fucking do it. It could be like, I mean, you could apologize to them and you guys never speak again, and that's fine. But like, just do it. Some people actually may be waiting on that apology. You know what I mean? Or it could be something that'll do wonders for you. My plugs for today is I'm gonna plug Docinco because I just seen him at podcast. I'm gonna plug him. This podcast is available on all platforms. Man, this guy does a terrific job with interviews. I love his. I need that because I have no idea how to do it. His what is it? I guess his animation or his presentation, like his videos, like they have like wording and like he goes from shot to shot. Even he told me about that. There's like 2 cameras and everything, but he's a really dope ass podcast. Some of the people he's interviewed has been Justin Silva, Tim Jacobus, which he was the he worked on some of the Goosebump books back in the day. The Cianji twins, Danny Garcia, Oskino, and then the host of Basic and Boozy podcast, which my girl Mel's on there. She's one of the co-hosts there. So just a really dope ass fucking podcast. Again, it's the Docinco Project. That's DOSCINCOPROJECT. Available on all platforms. You can find him on Facebook. On Instagram under the same name. But his podcast is available on all platforms. And as usual, y'all, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. And until next week, y'all have a great rest